The entire team at Emsolation want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We want to recognise that we are recording and telling our stories on the stolen land of our country's first storytellers. We wish to pay our respects to all Wurundjeri elders and ancestors, and to extend that respect to any First Nations peoples who listen to Emsolation. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continued connection to the land and waters of this country, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be.
Em Rusciano.
Don't ever mention a woman's appearance unless it's me and you're saying how thin and young I look. I have no standards. Go right ahead.
And Michael Lucas.
It's true.
Really?
Scott has won this round, but let's just say that this is a display match and you don't want it to go to a full Olympics. Take this victory while you can.
This is Emsolation.
Okay, I was going to talk about Anomalous, but I don't.
Why?
I don't want it now.
Episode 3 out now.
All right, fine.
You're in Emsolation.
Did you change the date?
Clap.
Say do it again.
I did. What?
Do it again.
I did do it. Clap.
Okay, so welcome to Emsolation. My name is Em Rusciano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain, and a podcaster. And together with my best friend since I was 11, gay trucker, Mr. Michael Lucas.
Justin Timberlake in his flop era.
I bring you this podcast every week. I mean, what have you come as, dickhead?
well.
Well, if you could see us, I look like sexy Wednesday Addams got a secretarial job after school.
Yeah.
You, I don't even know. I don't
How
even
to piece it together.
what is it like? Can you just tell me? Can you just have a little look into the mind of a person that feels zero external pressure on looking good?
I wouldn't say I feel zero.
Did you look in the mirror before you left this morning?
Yeah.
And how did you think? What did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I did
So
think
you
I
looked
looked like
in the
a
mirror.
gay trucker.
Oh,
yeah.
good. You looked in the mirror and went, yes, tick.
Yeah.
You did? Okay,
Yeah.
good for you.
No, well, I feel pressure that I've got to wear something different every time. And I felt like, you know what? I haven't pulled this out for a long time. It's a vintage Nicole Kidman BMX Bandits top.
And has it not been washed since 1985?
No, it's washed a lot, but it's just very vintage. It's stained, it is true. But that, I think, goes with the vintage.
You're lucky that you're naturally handsome, or this would be a fucking mess. You are lucky you have a good face and jawline, because, bitch,
But,
you get away with so
I've
much.
measured, look, it's shaved under here, and I've gone the mustache with the
So
stubble.
you basically groomed your face and you want a parade.
I don't want a parade.
Where's my button? My buttons aren't working. Guys, emergency. What do you mean it's not on? How many people work on this show? How do we turn it on?
It's that little button there, the black button at the back.
What? Well, we can't start the show now. Oh, you know this thing? It's not coming on.
Not plugged in.
Oh, my God, it's my button.
Oh, my
God, it's flashing the sound.
I still don't know whether you were going to do shade or clap or whatever you're going to do.
Well, this takes 20 minutes to boot up.
So the Riddler's on the same time frame as the Ritalin.
It's correct.
Move on.
I've still got those ones.
I looked at my daughter like, are you a ventriloquist? No, it's great. It must be so nice to feel no external pressure on how you present yourself to the world.
Do you want a parade?
How fantastic.
I like it that a desire to avoid active public shaming is just like, do you want a parade? Sure.
Now, I did see Furiosa last night, and I was coming in off the back of the news that it received a 7-minute standing ovation at Cannes. Can we
They're
calm
standing
the fuck
O
down?
sluts. Yeah, they are.
Standing O sluts.
Sometimes things are being booed as they get a standing ovation.
But I imagine, do you know how long 7 minutes is?
Oh,
Can you
you
imagine?
measured your hands. Oh.
Also,
Yeah.
someone there with a timer being like, okay, this film got 6 minutes 50, so we have to
They
go
all
for
do
7.
that. Absolutely.
This is only 15 seconds.
Yeah.
This is
Oh
I've
my
only been
God.
going
And
Yeah.
30.
the camera's on the actors the whole 7 minutes, so they've the whole time
Imagine.
they've got
You
to
have
be
to go-
like,
And then
Okay,
you
okay.
tear up.
What's your face doing?
I'm just sort of
What
like
are you going to do?
that. That's it.
that is such a Michael.
Okay, what am I doing? Go clap, clap, clap.
Oh.
The master, check out Demi Moore.
We were talking about You clap very aggressively. How do you clap when? Okay, let's do
no more clapping.
6 minutes in.
No. This is what I want to do. Right? How do you clap when you're clapping for a film that you didn't really like, but everyone else is clapping? I do this. What about if you really liked it? What do you do?
Sure.
What do you do? What do you do?
Oh, I'll give a standing O.
Would you?
Yeah, I will.
I only do
No, I
them.
mean, not for a
We
film.
do in
like,
the theatre.
I do peer
Not
pressure
at a
standing
movie.
ovation.
not for like Hoyt's Melbourne Central. I won't be standing up. But I mean, I will at a premiere.
They're the people that clap when the planes land.
I struggle with that.
And last night at the IMAX, people clapped and wooed.
That was a premiere.
No, it wasn't. It was an
Melbourne
advanced
premiere.
screening.
Well, okay.
I'm looking around going, they can't hear you, dickheads. Although there were 5 of the actors in the cinema.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of
Can
Australian
I
actors
give
in
you
there.
some goss? Red Simons rocked up. And if you are under the age of 40, you will have no fucking idea
Yeah.
who Red Simons is, and got into a fight with a bloke about a seat. It was so on brand for Red Simons. I half expected him to whip the gong out and smack him across the face.
Red Simons, I love that. That feels very true to his personality because he used to crash the catering unit trucks for Offspring. Like when we were shooting Offspring in his hood, he would seek it out and he would just, like lunchtime, go down, join the line, and no one had the heart to say to Red Simons to gong him, basically. So he just had free lunches on Offspring all the time.
Yeah. So there was one seat in the middle of an aisle and it was a full house and he was with his partner and he walked into the middle of the full aisle to the one seat and then asked 25 people to stand up and move down so him and his partner could sit in the middle of the cinema together. And the young guy next to him just refused.
Yeah,
So
fair
Red
enough.
just had it out with him. And everyone was just going, we were literally eating our popcorn. Zeke was there with him like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Mate, then I had to explain to Zeke who he was. Can you imagine? Get in the bin. Zeke's 30.
That is... Look,
Yeah.
actually, that makes... I feel like the legacy of Hey Hey at Saturday is a complicated one these days. So perhaps it's good that we've closed.
So the 7-minute, got a 7-minute standing ovation. Now, your favourite at Cannes this year has been Demi Moore.
Yes.
And I didn't even know she had a film.
Nor did I.
What's it called?
The Substance. And
Okay.
what it sounds like,
Okay.
it's a horror, and it's a really visceral horror, body horror. She does full frontal. Yep. And it sounds like Death Becomes Her, the extreme horror movie.
Put a pin in that. I sent you a fucking story that Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child is starring in the Broadway production of Death Becomes Her, and you did not respond.
I don't think I've seen it.
Were you dead?
I don't know.
I sent it weeks ago. Weeks. Don't even bother getting your phone out. There have been 15,000 messages between. And I saw some footage of her and it looks amazing.
If you want perfection, take a sip and drink it. Fill your rules collection. Welcome to your grand new state. I have a secret you would die for.
There's some other camp. Oh, what's her name
Has
from
Tina
Smash?
been posting about it?
Yes.
She loves posting
Oh,
about it.
Ivy in Smash.
Megan Nolte. No, Megan Hetty. The girl from Smash who plays
The
Marilyn.
blonde who
Yes.
plays Marilyn.
Yes.
Her
She's in it.
name is
Oh.
Megan Hilty.
It's the gayest cast.
Wow.
It looks and actual Michelle Williams, not Heath Ledger Michelle Williams,
Wow.
Destiny's Child Michelle
Will
Williams.
she still be there if we go back to see Snook in Picture of Dorian Gray?
I don't
Can
think
she
it's
last?
I think it's in Chicago or
Oh, okay.
something.
Oh, that's good. Then it'll make its way.
Yes, hopefully. So I can't believe you didn't do that. Okay, so Demi.
So the substance, yes, as I said, it sounds like a horror version of Death Becomes Her. So she is like, she's like an aerobics queen, like Jane Fonda, like maybe a former actress of celebrity
Got
to
it,
me.
got it.
But she's losing all her gigs because people are saying just too old, just too old, just too old. And she hears of this substance that changes you on a cellular level. And so she goes and injects herself with it. But what it means is
Get it in me. Shelve
is
it.
that basically you take it and you have to lie down on the floor and your body splits open and a younger version of you comes out and lasts a week. And the younger version of her is played by Margaret Qualley, who's Annie McDowell's daughter, who's an amazing actress that was in that great show,
Maid.
The Maid, yes. And
I would do it.
Visceral.
Would you do it?
Nicole
Well,
Kidman
but then
would
you
do
have to do 1 week on, 1 week off, old and young. So
I'd do it.
you'd be really good. You do it, really? Apparently it doesn't work. I mean, I just feel like the way that these movies go.
Do I get to pick how I look as the younger version
It
of
is
me?
meant to be, in the film, Margaret Qualley is meant to be what Demi looked like as a young woman.
And do I get to have those experiences? Like, do I remember all the things?
I think, yes. I think you've got, I don't know, actually.
Okay.
There's only a teaser trailer at the moment. And it's
It sounds problematic. I'm just going
Like
to
a Black
say it.
Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Sure. It sounds preemptively problematic.
I mean, I think it's sort of saying that the pressure on women to look good is not a good thing.
that
That's
we're
what it's
driving
saying.
them. Meanwhile, Nicole Kidman's watching it like it's a doco. I say that as
Huge fan.
observing somebody who
Well,
is
you've already declared that you would take it.
100%.
Yeah.
But Nicole Kidman is doing some voodoo witchcraft, look as young as she does. And if this movie is coming out, I'll be taking it as gospel. Madonna too, lighting up. So, okay, great. So we're back to Furiosa.
Okay.
You're going to hear words like cinematic, sprawling.
Yeah.
It's very big. It's a large, and I did see it on an IMAX screen.
Yeah.
Lots of sand. Lots
Yeah.
of sand. It's like they just
Sand or red dust?
Sand.
Okay, yeah.
June left the movie and Furiosa set in, same set. It feels like the same
No,
set.
it's Australia.
Well, it is
yeah.
just lots of sand is my takeaway from this movie. The one thing I wrote down was, I'll say that at the end actually. So it's huge. Everything you want from a Mad Max movie. There's monster trucks, there's leather cod pieces, there's lots of highway, dirt roads.
Bit of torture in there somewhere.
It is the most brutal of all the Mad Maxes.
Wow, that's saying something.
By a mile.
Wow.
It makes Fury Road look like a Disney classic.
Wow.
It's brutal. There's a little too much action.
Right. Okay. See, I was worried there might not be enough.
It
No.
felt like a monster truck rally at a lot of the points in time.
Okay.
It also would not be passing the Bechdel test anytime soon.
Really? Even though it's meant to be a Genesis story for a female hero.
She has about 10 lines. Chris
Furiosa?
Hemsworth, yeah, doesn't say much, which, as it turns out, for the best. Because
Okay.
Anna Taylor-Joy plays Furiosa. We know her from Queen's Gambit. Obviously, she looks like if a cat came to life as a beautiful human form, like if a Siamese
That's
cat
true.
were
She's
birthed
a
into.
striking looking. It looks like an android.
And it feels like she was hired because of the eyes.
Sure.
It wasn't because she cared to adhere to any sort of accent
and
rule.
apparently didn't get along well with Charlize Theron and that whole disaster with her and Tom Hardy.
Yes. Wait, what? Anna Taylor and...
No. George Miller, who made Mad Max Fury Road, that was a famously troublesome set.
Because Charlize, who played Furiosa, didn't get along with Tom Hardy, who played
Yes.
Max.
And so then when he did the Furiosa film, he's like, and initially he said, because we're doing younger, but isn't there a time jump? Isn't there? Do you think Charlize could have
Yes.
been in it? Okay.
Easily.
Right, okay.
Charlize could have easily been in it. So the thing with the time jump is, so Chris Hemsworth plays Dr. Dementus. If you've ever wondered what Thor would be like playing Austin Powers, that's what you have in Dementus.
Well, they're sort of speaking like, will this be Chris's Best Supporting Actor Oscar nomination? What's your take?
No.
He's gone, has he gone like a Nicole
gone.
Kidman from The Owl's Nose?
Yes. Fake teeth, fake nose.
Yeah.
And
Does he show the rig? Or
the
that's all
rig's
hidden?
on display
Of course,
constantly.
Of course.
he's great. I enjoyed it because it was very camp, but
Yeah.
it is literally Thor playing Austin Powers.
Okay.
He swings from like really ochre bloke into maniacal warlord within a sentence.
Okay.
He really made a strong character choice like I did with the erotic audio last week.
He did,
And I kind of respect it. I did think Chris kind of stole the show, but
Yeah.
he wasn't. I think he's going to be criticised for being a pantomime villain, but I love a pantomime villain. So I
do.
don't know if I'd be interested to see what Adrian thinks because I think you're going to love how Chris was the comic relief unintentionally through the whole film.
Really?
He
it's
says
not
he's
intentional
funny.
at all.
I don't think so, but
Okay.
I laughed a lot.
What
at
other
Chris.
Australian actors popped in?
Lockie Hume plays
course.
Immortan Joe, but his face is covered with the big mask.
Okay.
But you can tell it's
he
Lockie.
was in the last one, wasn't he? I'm
He
pretty
was.
Sure. Yeah.
Angus Sampson played Angus Sampson. If you've
popping
seen,
up.
mate.
Yeah, Heartbreak High.
Well, he just plays that role.
Okay.
He's the organic mechanic. John Howard is in it.
yeah,
as
yeah.
the people leader. Ayla Brown plays young Furiosa for 45% of the movie and should be
Yeah.
top billing. And here's my issue. I know people think I'm obsessed. She is an ochre Aussie as
Yeah.
a young child. It sounds like the Shira Lee. There's lots of, where's my mum?
Yeah.
And then we time jump to Anna playing Furiosa, and she's just American. She tried 3 words in Australian and then gave up.
What, there are times where
She
you can
tried.
detect.
Yeah, she tried. And I cannot believe a film with this budget didn't just hire a fucking American actress.
Oh, yeah, right. To play the young one.
Yes.
Well,
Because Charlize was American.
she was.
There's no explanation.
You would have accepted it.
And also, Chris's wife plays one of the leaders.
Elsa Patatsky.
And she has the Spanish accent. And then Furiosa's mum, I think she had a semi-Australian accent. It was kind of like,
I'm
transatlantic.
presuming there's not really international travel post-apocalypse in the Mad Max world. Or probably you're not tuning into American game shows or anything, which is how we learnt our American accent. So it does defy explanation.
It's true. That, for me, I couldn't get over the fact that she was Australian for half the film, then American.
Has an American ever done an Australian accent except for there's one, Liev Schreiber in Mental, and because he was married to Naomi Watts for so long. But I don't think has any other.
Dingo took my baby.
Yes, I am weirdly a defender of that accent.
No.
Yeah, me too.
Because Lindy was New Zealand Australian and she was doing Lindy, not Australian. I think. Apparently, in the Netflix movie about Belle Gibson, they've cast an American, Caitlin Dever, from Booksmart, and apparently flawless. Maria
Really?
Angelico is in it. Yes, and she said that she did a full rehearsal with her, and then at the end of it, Caitlin started speaking in an American accent. She was like, "Oh my God, I've just worked with you for an hour, and I had no idea that you were not Australian."
What?
So maybe she's a breakthrough.
So look, I've written one thing, penis tree.
Oh,
And that's all I'm going to say. And when you all see this moment, think
You'll
of
know.
me.
okay.
So
I
I'm
think
giving it-
probably if I saw a penis tree, I'd think of you anyway.
I'm giving it
Troublingly.
3.5 stars.
Not fanny flutters. No fanny flutters.
Zero fanny
Fanny
flutters.
was...
If you're getting fanny flutters from this, there's some serious deep-seated issues at play you need to address.
Well, are there some people that would have a fanny flutter at a monster truck rally?
Oh, yeah, maybe if you're an adrenaline junkie, but not in this film.
Okay.
It's beautiful, it's cinematic, it's huge, it's big. If you love Mad Max,
Were you
you
a
will
bit
not
bored? It feels like you were. No.
No. Do you know what's weird? I love films with not much dialogue, especially cinematic ones, because my brain is able to do what it wants.
Oh, you need to watch Ripley.
So I really enjoy these type of films. It's why I loved Fury Road and why I love the original Mad Max, because it's just there's always
Yeah.
stuff to be taking in, but there's no
That's why
one.
you love video clips.
Yes. It's why it allows my brain to do what it wants rather than having to, because my brain instantly, you give me dialogue, I'm trying to solve everyone's problems. But I weirdly felt like I meditated for 2.5 hours. It's long, but there's a penis tree.
Okay.
Wait, can I just say, what about Kate? Sorry, it just came to me, I forgot. Kate Winslet in The Dressmaker, that Australian
She's
accent
English.
was
British,
good.
though.
you
Brits
jump-
can do it because they grew
Yeah.
up with Home and Away and Neighbours.
That's
And
true.
like Dev
Okay,
Patel,
okay.
flawless. Dev Patel, I think, is number one. Kate's number two.
Yeah.
But pretty flawless.
Pretty flawless. Okay, I was going to talk about Anomalous, but I can't. I don't.
Why?
Oh, I don't want to now.
Episode 3 out now.
All right, fine. Episode 3 of Anomalous is out now. Michael Lucas is in it, as is Benjamin Wasley.
Yes.
And I just wanted to talk about the construction of each episode because a lot of people are a bit confused. So I
This
just
one had
wanted
a
to.
very clear theme.
This one, episode 1 is called It All Begins with a Press Club Address, and that's everything around the press club address and my ADHD diagnosis. Episode 2 is called The ND Movement, Masking and a Love Note to Your 10-year-old self, which is all about being, the positivity around neurodivergence and not seeing it as a deficit, but also a lot of stuff around my autism. Number 3, raise a glass to the burnouts, late diagnosis, workplace stress and getting accommodation. And that's the new one that's out. And I got a message from an Emsolator that I wanted to read out because I thought it's kind of the reason I made the podcast and I love it. So this is from Emsolator Lauren, and she sent it to her husband. She said, "Thanks, Em and team. My autistic husband has been white-knuckling life for the last few months, and the newest ep of Anomalous has helped him explain his experience."
Aw.
I love that. This is what he texted her. "So I listened to the start of that episode of Anomalous. I burst out laughing at a couple of points as I realised that I was feeling like that and couldn't explain it. Thank you for getting me to listen to it. You were right. It has been helpful. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm looking forward to the rest of this episode."
So hang on, he is
He's autistic.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah.
he's diagnosed. Yeah.
But he couldn't find the words to explain. And I weirdly have represented him.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. There's 2 more eps to go. Ep 4 is a village to raise a child, parenthood, a sensory store, and support level explained. Next week's episode is really my big hug to parents of neurodivergent kids.
Yeah.
And then finally, the practical episode, which we had to do. You know, I like to tie things in a bow. It's the ADHD Senate inquiry in which you helped me take part in.
Yes.
Getting diagnosed and also how to navigate the NDIS. I talked to Jordan Steele John.
I don't know that I really helped you. I think I just said, maybe don't say that.
You saved me from myself.
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
So I guess I just wanted to let everyone know. I realised when I was doing all the interviews for it, I didn't actually say what everything was. You know, like I just said, it's me talking about neurodivergence. But I imagine that would be quite overwhelming, ironically, for neurodivergent people. It's like, yes. Because a lot of people are scared to listen because there's been a lot of feedback around, I cried.
Oh.
And people who, like, you know what I do? I protect. If anything, if I think anything's going to make me cry, I avoid it.
Oh, I go straight towards it.
Wow, that says a lot about us, doesn't it? About our friendship, maybe even too.
Oh, I just want to feel. Or if someone
feel
says
too
something's
much.
terrifying or something
I
will
feel
make you
too
cry
much.
or something's hilarious. No,
I don't need any more sensory input.
that's why Sophie's Choice.
I never want to know. Will you agree to stop referencing that? Why did you bring it up? Shut up. For those of you who are unaware, I often bandy around when there's a tough choice to be made. I'll say it's like Sophie's Choice. I don't know what that film's about. I've
So
never seen it.
problematic.
Apparently, it's problematic.
Well,
I don't.
I think
Because
the
it will
equating of your experience with what that lead character's going through, I think do you want me to tell you?
No. I never.
Does everyone here know what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I never. I want to die ignorant to that.
Okay, good.
I told Odie when you saw saying it at the live show, and Odie was like, "What is it?" And I whispered it in her ear, and she was in shock. She was so shocked.
I do not want to fucking know. Shut up. No,
I remember once
Oh my God.
I was at the Eltham Leisure Centre back in the day when they had all the TVs lined up and you work out. I remember it was the midday movie and then that scene was on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they were playing like
Buffy.
Aqua remixes or whatever they played at the Eltham Leisure
don't-
Centre at the time. Anyway.
I don't want cleansing cup. Anyway, please listen to Anomalous. It might make you cry, but in a good way. Apparently, it's a huge catharsis release. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
While I'm plugging my things, Outgrown, my tour, is on sale as we speak. Michael has read the script.
I have. Yeah, no, I was a big fan. But I read the script. She was wanting harsh feedback and it wasn't, I don't think my read on it was very successful from that feedback. I read it on a plane. And
Yes.
I was laughing a lot. It was actually a bad choice in the end to read it on the plane. I think I look like it's slight psycho.
I also performed it for Scott
Yeah.
without being asked to.
Non-consensually, you mean?
Yeah. And
Right.
you've read the sections and passes about Scott.
True, actually. I have to say, I'm surprised. I don't know why, but I just felt like maybe Scott would be given a bit of a swerve this time. But no.
This is my Cowboy Carter.
He's very much spoken of about, and he's the butt of many a joke.
Good.
I'm
Fucking
glad that
deserves
he liked it.
He loved it. He doesn't get a choice. Okay. To the news at hand. I must reach for my laptop because I was tagged a bajillion times last week in news that J-Lo and Ben were possibly, sorry, James, does that ruin my shot? We're possibly headed to the divorce courts.
What a shock.
And I don't want to say I told you so, but I fucking did.
Well, you did say it was going to be at the end of last year.
So what? I was 5 months off. What are you going to do, sue me?
Well, I don't know that it's confirmed yet.
No. And I've now flippity flipped, as is my want.
Do you think that their relationship looks strong and enduring? Or
Yeah.
at the very least enduring?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Are Ben and Jen divorcing? An investigation. I'm shimmying. I've never looked.
You're the fearless investigative reporter, and these are your findings.
Oh, this is good.
The Laura Tingle of celebrity
Yes.
marriages.
I know, I'm more like the Pitsy Ann Wheatley. Are Ben and Jen divorcing? An Emsolation deep dive special investigation.
Okay.
On May 15th, rumours were swirling. Now, this all started in the tabloids because the first thing we hear is they haven't been seen in 47.3 days together or something creepy. First of all, why do we know that? Whose job was it at the Daily Mail to count those days until we'd last seen and crop? I could do that job.
I think they've got a team of people on it.
I think so.
I think they have.
First of all, someone's realised at Daily Mail and TMZ, hey, when was the last time we fucking saw Ben and Jen? Anyone? 40? Okay, great. Count it. Okay. So they got that.
But can you imagine, I think Kate Middleton unlocked the true explosive viral potential of just a disappearance. And so, yeah, so now people have realised the single most viral story in the world could be just simply an absence.
Yeah. If you went back and counted the last time Scott and I were seen together in public, you'd be on about 450 days. If we're going by those stats. We're not as pursued as Ben and Jen, though.
To be fair, you're not seen in private often either, and you live in the same house.
Often we're in different parts of the house in noise-cancelling headphones, even though we're not even near each other.
That's
we're still
right.
trying to cancel out
That's
any
right.
chance of hearing
He's
each
in
other.
earshot of you, but to be fair, you are generally yelling at such a pitch that most of Warrandyte is in earshot.
May 15th, the rumours start swirling that Ben has in fact moved into another house nearby. I wish I had a spare house to go to when I was pissed off and needed a good night's. Imagine
Well,
if
in my
Adrian-
house.
Oh, yeah, it's too far. It's too far. It's too
We've
far.
got the top room set up now. It's all ready for you. It's
The
got
refuge.
an ensuite. The refuge. It's completely
The middle-aged woman refuge.
That's right.
We've renamed the top floor of Michael's house the middle-aged
That's
woman
right.
refuge.
Yeah.
It's exciting times. Don't worry, I'll use it. Then on May 17th, Ben is spotted in public not wearing a wedding ring. On the same day, JLo is seen smiling, looking happy, wearing hers. I'm not wearing mine right now. It annoys me.
I never take mine off.
I get weird rashes under it because it's too big for me.
Adrian takes it off for like if he's like working out or if he's like any like he's just regularly taking it off all the time.
I'm thinner than I was on my wedding day. Don't bring it up. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. It's not. Don't ever mention a woman's appearance unless it's me and you're saying how thin and young I look. I have no standards. Go right ahead. On May 17th, we did that. JLo was seen with hers and he was seen without his. On May 19th, this is where things take a turn. JLo likes a post,
Yeah.
a random meme that says, "You cannot build a healthy relationship with somebody who lacks integrity and emotional safety, doesn't respect your time, doesn't think it's important to call or text back in a respectable time frame, lacks effective communication skills, and doesn't know who they are or what they want." All set to the tune of Taylor Swift's "Is It Over Now?"
Wow. Also, that meme, I'm just going to say, I think that wipes out 99% of heterosexual men.
Pretty much.
Who's going to clear that bar?
Well, the next day, Ben was seen with his wedding ring on.
Oh. Got the message. She didn't tag him though, did she?
She did not tag him.
Could have been a little DM.
I'll tell you right now, if we're going off the fact that they're not seen together in public and she's sending passive-aggressive memes, their marriage is fucking fine.
Yeah.
That is
That's
marriage.
why
I managed to find the last thing I sent Scott, right? And this is all she's done. She knew that it was going to be reported on that she liked this fucking meme. Ben's read it. She got what she wanted. 12 hours later, he's back in his ring in public. So I'm like, what was the last thing I
That's
sent
a
my
healthy
husband?
marriage. Yeah, what was it?
We talked about this? Okay.
In heterosexual relationships, when a man doesn't accept the influence of his female partner, there's an 81% chance that relationship ends. I'm not saying women don't need to do their part. I'm not saying men are the only problem. But I am saying we better be sure we're not making this fatal error in our relationships. Men, are you sharing power? Do you truly consider her an equal? Are you accepting her influence? Because if
You get
not,
the idea.
I do,
you're
but I
rolling
want
the dice.
a definition on
Odds.
what does accepting the influence mean?
I'm always right. The part you should focus on is that 89% of relationships end if you don't do this. This is just something I casually sent my husband. I mean, and there were 50 videos to pick from along these lines.
You are the queen. You do send memes and often completely unvarnished, unlubed, and you're just sort of left to decode, is this like what message is this directed at me, or is it just it's hard to tell whether it's because there's no dressing around it at all. So it's like, is this just like I present this to you for your general insight about humanity, or is it like, yeah, read this dickhead and you'll realize what's wrong, or this is my internal truth and I don't know.
It's very ableist of you to expect me to put it in terms that make it more comfortable for you.
I enjoy it.
If it's about you,
It's option B.
you will get a you in capital letters full stop if it's for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I often
Not
say.
always.
Really?
I think sometimes when you try to be more subtle, you'll just send the video that isn't subtle at all.
I
But
don't
you
believe
won't
him.
say you.
Sorry, don't believe I'm being subtle ever. So my point is, I think their relationship's fine. And the third thing I want to bring up why I think their relationship's fine is because of something you sent me. Now, they were seen together in a car and Ben was casually holding his iPhone.
I just need to declare it was Adrian's friend Jason Cho that sent it to me. I really need to acknowledge him here because I never would have found that article myself. Anyway, thank you, Jason. Yes.
You can explain. Here we go.
He was photographed by the Paps. I mean, we really shouldn't be spreading this, but let's just zoom on in. And he had her up on his phone.
Next photo, James.
And her contact on his phone, firstly, she's called Jennifer Affleck, and then secondly, the picture of her appears to be a promotional image. I can't recognise what poster or whatever it's from.
Beautiful.
But it is
So airbrushed, her face is blurred.
That's right. It looks like AI.
It's sexy. My only question is...
He also needs like a bit more charge. No, it's about half. That's all right.
She's sitting next to him. Why is she calling him?
Is she sitting next to him?
Indeed. Yep, she's in the car next to him. Why is she calling him? That was my weird... That's her. That's her little hand. That's her little trench coat. When you look at there's 18 photos from the Daily Mail. When you go look at them all, which I did, it's her in the photo.
No, it's a lovely trench coat. Again...
It's her. Why
He's in a
is
t-shirt.
she coming up on his phone when she's sitting next to him is my question.
And he's driving too.
And he's driving.
But what do you think about the... I struggle with the Jennifer Affleck thing a little bit.
Especially in his phone.
Yeah, it's a bit... Because also...
She would have done that.
She
would have done that.
Lopez is... Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah.
I just think Lopez is an incredible name. She's achieved so much under it. Like, let's celebrate. She's Jennifer. She's J-Lo.
Do you think maybe... Because I have a few famous friends...
Although JF reads like Jennifer as fuck, which is not bad.
Rebrand.
I have a few famous friends in my phone that I've had to change their names of. Do you think he was attempting to be covert? You know how my secret
What if his
email
phone
address...
goes missing? No one will ever pick up who that is. Nothing
Who
like
could it
that.
be?
Yeah. Who's the most famous person in your phone?
Oh, this is a good question. Tina Arena? Maybe?
That's damn good.
Tina Arena's probably the most famous. Who else? And I've got a few good ones. Who have you got?
I mean, it would just be people that I've worked with.
Sarah Snook.
Yes. Anna Torv.
Is Sarah Snook the most famous in your phone? Have you got Nicole Kidman in your phone? No. Got Baz Luhrmann in your phone?
No. But he didn't really, in the era I was working with him, like the assistants carried the phone. He didn't really have one.
Do you think Sarah Snook's the most famous?
I guess so.
I think so. I'm trying to think about all the people you've worked with. I think it would be Sarah Snook. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Exciting. So you then asked me, I'm fascinated to see what Scott has saved for you.
I am.
Okay, so let's see what Scott has for me. Let's see. That's the one. So Scott has
recent photos.
Scott has 2 photos of me.
Yeah.
I look serving good face, serving good legs, and rest in peace, Toby Dog.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're the 2, not recent, but I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And then you said the one Michael has of me when I come up.
So this is from so long ago that I'm sure I put this in before it was this
Hey, my phone number's on that.
We'll take it out.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, it was the interface was different, so that's why it's not centered right. But that was also that was a night in Perth.
Do you have 370 unlistened to voicemails?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but they're
Why are you even letting people leave voicemails? You cannot do that on my phone. That's a hate crime. If someone leaves a voicemail, they hate you. That's not okay. No voicemails.
No, I get like
Voicemail.
I don't.
Mine are all just like telemarketing.
yeah, they're all telemarketing.
okay.
Yeah, I can see if it's like I don't listen to it if yeah.
Okay. Okay. How are you saved on my phone?
That's
nice.
Logie's day.
Yep. That's nice.
Yeah.
And then I asked you, how has Adrian got you saved?
Yeah.
Mark it in your fucking diaries. 1 on the board for Scott Barrow. I mean, 1 on the board.
I'm just going to
7
say
minute standing ovation for Scott Barrow. This will be the first time he has ever out-husbanded, quite frankly, anyone. I can't believe it. When this came up, I was watching Furiosa and I was like, woo! I couldn't believe
A
it.
win.
It was such
to
a
be
win.
fair, Adrian hasn't got anyone in their phone unless sometimes your like Facebook thing automatically becomes your thing. There's a couple of those, but he didn't have anyone in there.
Wow.
I know. But
That's
look, it's true.
grim.
Scott has won this round, but let's just say that this is a display match and you don't want it to go to a full Olympics because take this victory while you can.
And on that note, we are going now to the sealed section where you're about to get a thorough OK Stop breakdown of the scene from the carriage ride. So if you haven't watched the 4 episodes of Bridgerton, you may not want to partake in sealed section. Or you can listen to some of it, but there will be a
Is
very...
it of a sexual nature?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very sexual.
Yeah, who are the people in it? Is it Derry Girl's girl or is
Yeah.
it Jonathan Bailey?
Do you know she is 37
I
years
do
old?
know that, yes.
That's
Yes.
fucking wild.
Nicola Coughlan, who plays Penelope, and Luke Newton, who plays Colin. So no Jonathan Bailey. He's the side, very
He's
very
off running
small side
marathons.
subplot.
But he was big last season, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was
And
his
so
story last
he's-
season,
yeah,
and
okay.
now
Save
it's
it
Colin's.
for the sealed section and the paying public.
That's right.
Thank you for being here. We'll chat next week. On to the sealed section we go to roll around in Bridgerton Season 3. Bye.
Has the riddling kicked in?
Yeah. Did you feel the riddling kick in?
No.
I got very serious. Hi, I'm Em Rusciano. I'm a writer, a podcaster, a musical comedian, and I'm neurodivergent. I don't represent most people's preconceived notions of what an autistic person with ADHD is. So to help change that, I went on a journey. No, I can't say journey. Can we call it a quest? That makes me sound magical and like I'd have a sassy animal sidekick and I'd be handy with a bow and arrow. In this series, I'm going on a quest. Yeah, that works. With the help of some super smart experts along the way, I'll be exploring why so many people like me are seeking a late-in-life diagnosis. I'm also going to take you through how I found out I was an autistic ADHDer in my early 40s, the aftermath of that, and pass on all of the things I've learned along the way. This is Anomalous, a love letter to the neurodivergent community and a roadmap for neuronormative people.
To enjoy today's sealed section of Emsolation, upgrade your experience and join the Extra family with our premium service, Emsolation Extra. You get 2 bonus episodes direct to your favourite podcast app every week in an exclusive feed, as well as an Ask Me Anything where Em and Michael answer your questions. There's over 70 other episodes awaiting you already, plus you'll also get Instagram close friends access, ticket pre-sales, merch discounts, and heaps more. Help Em keep this independent neurodivergent business alive by supporting us for less than $2 a week on our yearly plan or less than $2.50 a week on our monthly plan. Just sign up at emsolation.supercast.com now. Emsolation is recorded at Down the Hill Studios, hosted by Em Rusciano with Michael Lucas. Executive produced by Benjamin Wasley, produced by Em Rusciano. Edited by Ezekiel Fenn and videos by James Henderson. Socials by Benjamin Wasley, Em Rusciano and Marcella Rusciano Barrow, with assistance from Jem Evans and Isabella Hines. Follow us on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast, or you'll find a link in our bio so you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, join other Emsolators at the Emsolation Group on Facebook, follow our YouTube and TikTok channels, and so much more. Help us out by sharing Emsolation with your friends, give us a 5-star rating, and make sure you're following us by hitting the follow button on your favourite podcast app. Thanks for listening and or watching this week's episode, and we can't wait to chat with you again soon.